Module 5 report for Development Communication 208, which is entitled Understanding Social Mobilization and Using New Media. Mobilization is a term derived from military terminology, which means to prepare forces for action or to organize people or resources in order to take action. When the military is mobilized, it is ready to attack the enemy forces at any time. In the social mobilization context, when a community or society is mobilized, it is ready to attack social problems at any time. Social mobilization seeks to facilitate change through a range of players engaged in interrelated and complementary efforts. It was born out of the need to organize people into groups to ensure their involvement and participation in development programs. Social mobilization is when people organize themselves to take action collectively by developing their own plan and strategy for recovery rather than being dependent or imposed to from the outside. It is transforming their development goals into societal action. The World Health Organization's slogan for social mobilization back in 2003 was Action for the Common Good. Here, the three elements that are important components of social mobilization are mentioned. They are people, action, and having a common goal. Getting people to take action for the common good results in societal change. Take, for example, the Sonagachi project implemented in Thailand and Cambodia for HIV prevention. This project successfully utilized social mobilization to address HIV epidemic. When they observed that putting up friendly clinics and community-based health service providers and collaborating with sex workers are not enough to stop HIV infections, they changed their strategy by getting the participation of and mobilizing other stakeholder groups in the community, like local authorities, brothel owners, and other NGOs who are willing to give financial support to the project. In time, HIV infections notably decreased. Social mobilization is a tool for community development. It helps communities recover from conflicts and disasters. It aids in risk reduction. It promotes good, health-related practices. It aids in getting people to comply with laws and regulations. It safeguards the rights of people, and when needed, it musters people to demand for justice. Social mobilization has a general process which contains also its elements. The first one is advocacy, which means that at this stage, one gathers information and arguments which will be used to persuade a group of people to take action or to participate. The group of people who needs persuading at this stage are the local leaders, policymakers, people who can provide support, manpower, facilities, and materials. The second one is IEC, which is short for Information, Education, and Communication. This is the sharing of information and generating knowledge among stakeholders. Doing IEC requires using multiple communication channels for maximum effectivity. Channels like the traditional media, which includes radio, pamphlets, posters, face-to-face communication, and also by utilizing new media like the internet. The third one is community organizing, which means that we build the community's ability to solve problems and getting families, neighborhoods, villages to initiate action to solve their own community problems. The fourth one is capacity building. Here, we use trainings to improve people's knowledge, skills, and attitudes towards mobilization and advocacy. The fifth one is monitoring and evaluating. These are activities or mechanisms to check the effectiveness of the program. The sixth one is alliance building. This is getting people and organizations who have similar interests to help, though it may be indirectly. Social mobilizing relies heavily on strategic communication in all its phases or aspects. Communication, as mentioned, is more effective when it is delivered to target groups or target audiences through multi-channels. In the past, traditional communication channels like radio, posters, newspaper, word of mouth, and television were used, and we still do. In the 21st century, however, technological advancement added a few more to our arsenal of communication channels, which we call new media. The Sage Handbook of Social Marketing defined new media as the different forms of electronic communication that are made possible through the use of computer technology. It includes websites, laptops, tablets, online communities, email, digital cameras, and of course, social media. So, the question is, why should social marketers use new media as channels of communication? Weren't traditional methods of communication effective and still are? According to Gerald Hastings, co-editor of the Sage Handbook of Social Marketing, the adoption of new media has dramatically changed the way many people seek information and interact with others, resulting in new communicative behaviors that have major implications for social marketing practice. UK-based website communitytoolbox.org says that digital tools have become a central component of almost any movement. Some of the most used digital advocacy tools include websites, blogs, and text. Literally, hundreds of social media applications exist that could be used for digital advocacy. New media, particularly social media, are useful communication channels for social marketers because now we understand what social mobilization is. We also know that new media communication channels play a key role in successful mobilization. It is now time to see the relationship between social mobilization and social marketing, a concept which we have been discussing in the earlier modules. Their common trait is both use a lot of communication. The relationship, however, is more defined in that social mobilization is the broader domain where social marketing belongs. Within the larger framework of social mobilization, social marketers introduce new ideas or social products to the target group. Social marketers initiate processes that influence stakeholders to buy or accept new social ideas or new social products that are being implemented. Thus, the more people who accept the idea or social product, the more people are mobilized to take action.